Hello and welcome to Thrift Cart Marketing. In today's video, we'll take a look at how to set up audiences for sending your text or email campaigns to. An audience is essentially a subgroup of all contacts who have opted in to receiving marketing messages so that you can segment them and send specific messages to specific opted-in contact groups. To set up an audience, in your left-hand menu, select Relation Satisfaction, choose Loyalty Marketing, and then select the option Create or Edit Audiences. To build a new audience, you'll first need to give the audience a name. In this case, I'm going to name it Frequent Shoppers from Zip Codes starting 1234 or 1235. Then select the green button to create new audience. On this page, you will set up the rules or parameters defining this audience. To build a rule, select the rule parameter from the drop-down menu. First, I'm going to choose a parameter that the contact's purchase count in the last 30 days must be greater than or equal to 2. In other words, a qualifying customer will have had to make at least 2 purchases in the last 30 days. To add an additional rule, select the green Add Rule button in the right-hand side. And in this case, I want to add an additional rule that the customer must also have made at least 5 purchases in the last 90 days. So I'm going to choose purchase count in last 90 days is greater than or equal to 5. Notice in the left-hand corner of the rules screen, you can select if these various rules are AND rules or OR rules. In other words, does the customer need to meet both these criteria, in which case these rules would have an AND relationship, or do they need to meet only one criteria, in which case the rules would have an OR relationship. For the sake of this audience, I want this to be an AND relationship. A qualifying customer will have needed to make at least 2 purchases in the last 30 days and also make at least 5 purchases within the last 90 days. Now I want to add the zip code parameters. But notice that for the zip codes, I want them to have an OR relationship. I want this to include customers from zip codes starting in 1234 or customers with a zip code starting 1235. In a rule group, you can only use AND relationships or OR relationships for all rules, but you can't combine them. So to have a combination of AND rules and OR rules, I will need to add a new rule group. So I will select Add Group on the right corner of the rule screen. I will then select a parameter for this rule of zip codes and indicate that it needs to begin with 1234. I will then add a rule to this new rule group, select the parameter of zip code, and indicate that the zip code needs to begin with 1235. Now for these 2 new rules with zip codes, I want this to be an either-or situation, so I will select the OR option within this rule group. So now we have customers who have made at least 2 purchases in the last 30 days, at least 5 purchases within the last 90 days, and have a zip code beginning with 1234 or a zip code beginning with 1235. So notice that this secondary rule group is related to the first 2 rules with the AND relationship as selected for the first rules, but then the rules within the second group are using an OR relationship. When done, select Save Changes. And here you can review the rule as well. Frequent shoppers from zip codes starting 1234 or 1235. And you can read the logic. Purchase count 30 days is greater than or equal to 2, and purchase count in the last 90 days is greater than or equal to 5, and the zip code must be 1234 with any 5th number at the end, or 1235 followed by any number at the end. If that doesn't look right, you can select Edit to modify the rule. Notice a button that you can click to view audience members. This will show you the total count of opted-in contacts for marketing that meet the parameters of this audience. To utilize this audience when sending a campaign, select Relation Satisfaction, Loyalty Marketing, and then send a campaign. Here you can see the various campaigns that you have designed. So I have a text campaign with the contents, Celebrate Jesus' Resurrection Fundraiser, second announcement, with the text, so on and so forth. When I'm ready to send a campaign, I can click the button to select recipients. And here I see the various audiences that have been set up, including that frequent shoppers from the zip codes that we indicated earlier. I can choose to use this audience by clicking on the radio button to the right. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact us.